Yay, welcome to the Tuned In Podcast. Make some motherfucking noise. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We here. We in this bitch back like we never left. I'm your host, Tunde, a.k.a. TunGotJokes, a.k.a. Chocolate Papí, a.k.a. Chocolate Baba for all my Niger people, a.k.a. Mr. Fresh sometimes, but not all the time because then you expect too much, a.k.a. him Duncan, the Hall of Famer, because I did it my way. You feel me? Yeah.
Okay,
I got some pretty cool names.
You've been doing this shit.
Yeah, I've been doing it. Yeah, I've been doing this for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And we have a very special guest here today. Compton is on the rise, baby. Let's just say Compton has had a very strong year, Crip walking and all. You know what I'm saying? We have a very, very special guest here. But before we get to the special guest, we got to acknowledge LA Zone. I call him Mr. LA. My nigga now been in the gym programming again. He's back with it. Make some noise for my main man and the co-host, T-Reg.
Yes, sir.
In the building.
What's the deal? Back at it again.
Rizzle.
Another episode.
Mr. Regular,
yes,
but
sir.
not regular.
Exactly.
Yeah. We are here with a very special guest. This man has a multitude of titles, and he wears a multitude of hats. And this nigga is a true a warrior of life. That's what I would say. Yeah, he's a life warrior.
It's very poetic.
Yeah, hey, listen,
yeah.
brother. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Tuned In Podcast. We get real deep on this motherfucker. He is a comedian, an actor, a writer, a film writer, and an all-around producer, and just a dope individual. And like I said, one of Compton's own, you know, born and raised. I want to make some noise for the very, very, very talented Jay Snow. Let's make some noise for him. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Also, he's technically Dussé and Backwoods alumni.
Yeah.
First official second guest.
It's the first official second guest because the homegirl. Shout out to my nigga LeBron. Ebo.
Could never forget her.
You never forget my homegirl Ebonique. She was one of the first people that came back on the show, but he was on the show before Ebonique was on the show. He was on episode 5.
Wow.
We on episode 77.
There we go.
Yeah, so 72 episodes later, he's back. And he was on it before we even had any fucking visuals. Like,
yeah, it was just you just listen to his talk.
Yeah,
you know?
listen to some niggas talking. Yeah,
the original podcast.
Yeah, and it was literally that day. It was just me and you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it wasn't. I ain't had no co-host or none of that shit. Like you,
I don't even think I was.
Yeah, you wasn't even there. You wasn't even.
I probably might not even have met you yet.
Damn, word.
No, this was in 7 years ago.
I don't know when I met you, but I probably had met you.
We met before I started doing the party. We met at the carnival, nigga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've
known you for at least 10 years.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, damn, brother.
Well, shake my hand, brother.
Goddamn.
New friendship?
Yeah. It's like,
okay.
Damn,
No.
I thought we was cool, my nigga.
No, I was about to say, I probably met you around the 20th episode.
You said what?
I said, I probably was going to say we met around the 20th episode or something.
no.
Like, I wasn't even cool with you.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I met the nigga, but I ain't fuck with the nigga.
African ass nigga.
Like, yeah, I hated so much about you back then.
Yeah, see, it be your own people. Fuck him. Anyway, fuck him. It's not about this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, it was episode 5. Definitely check that out. Go back literally 7 years ago when we started the podcast, and he was on episode 5. You know what I'm saying? So shit. Let's start from the beginning though. You know what I'm saying? You are born and raised from Compton.
Yeah, definitely. Born and raised in Compton. You know, I got to see the tail end of the 90s, 80s gangbanging shit growing up. And
Word.
yeah, actually, it was a great time back then, bro. Like, despite that, you know, kids used to just be outside.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
Okay.
bikes
You
was
grew up in the era of
serious.
being
You know
outside,
what I'm saying? Like, it was important to have a bike to get around.
For sure.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember them days.
What would you say is the biggest impact for you growing up, or the biggest lesson you learned by being somebody that grew up in Compton? Like how did that mold you into being the man that you are today, growing up in Compton?
I mean, the first thing that came up is that it made me able to say you can't trust everybody. That's for one.
Right.
And two, I think I don't know. I mean, like growing up in most hoods, I don't know, it teach you how to keep your head on a swivel. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you
It should.
yeah, you get
not
a
walking
bit.
with your head in your phone, like you walking
Exactly.
with your shit on. You know what I'm saying? On point.
I heard something around not too long ago that told me or made me think about this like childhood trauma shit, right? Like today I think my trauma response is being hyper busy.
Mm.
So like I didn't even realize that was a thing until I heard it like 2 days ago, and I was like, "Damn, is that why I'm always trying to find some shit to do?"
Dude.
What does that
You know what I'm
mean?
Yeah, what
saying?
does that explain?
It means like, okay, no, hyper independent.
Hyper
Hyper
independent.
independent
Okay,
was the
I can
right
see that.
right term,
I can
right?
see
Where
that.
it's like you feel like you got to do everything by yourself, or you do most things by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the response is because like growing up, if you couldn't necessarily trust the people around you or the individuals who were like your guardians or whatever, it kind of made you grow up fast or that, like when
Yeah.
people say that.
Yeah.
And that was something I was thinking about recently, and you asked me about Compton. It's like how did it mold me? It molded me in that way, bro. Like I become hyper independent.
Self starter at that
You
point
know what
too.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I definitely take a minute before I trust motherfuckers,
Mm.
And I also appreciate what that used to be like, like the simple days where you go outside, ride a bike, and before, phones took over shit, and
Yeah.
you would play, you know
Man,
what
Yeah,
I
I'm
nigga.
saying?
stayed outside on the
Yeah,
bike,
nigga.
dog. I
How
You
you
stayed
knew
know?
where everybody
outside.
was at? You walk past somebody's house and you see all the bikes out there. That's
You know
all
what I'm
it is.
saying?
Man,
Exactly.
you just cracking
Yeah.
over here. Or you go to the
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking park and you see everybody outside.
A
Exactly.
candy house or something like
Yeah,
that. You
yeah,
get
the
Yeah.
candy
snacks or
lady or some
something.
shit. Yeah, of course. I
What part of
definitely
Compton?
understand.
It was the east side. It was like by like Alondra and Willowbrook, that area.
Oh, okay, okay.
The,
And
the, the
so,
By the
police still
courthouse?
police
yep.
are still on horses over there.
I mean, you see Mexicans on horses, not necessarily the police anymore though. They
Police?
all
No,
in cars.
really?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that was probably back in the day, or during an event or a parade or something. They want to
Mm.
patrol people. They may pull out the horses,
Fun
but
fact: Compton was all white
definitely,
in the 50s.
Compton, Inglewood.
Compton,
I
yeah,
mean, really, the Compton, like the west side of the 110 freeway, was like that was white.
right? And of
yeah,
course,
Come on now.
we have our California historian here.
I can really break
fact
this shit
checking.
down.
He
yeah.
fact checking all
No,
shit.
on some real shit though. Black people were like it's an area called the Low Bottoms in
Mm.
Los Angeles. That's like where black people. That's where we were. The Low Bottoms is like uh basically like Slauson and going north towards like the 10 freeway. Like
Okay.
that's the low. That's like Jazz and Central. That's why the phrase South Central. That's not even a real thing. South Central. It's not a real thing.
Right.
South
Right.
Central was just Central Avenue. That's where
Mhm.
black people. That was like Hollywood Boulevard for
Oh,
black people.
shit, really?
And it was like like any famous jazz musician from
Mhm.
back then. They
They
was on
kicked it over
Central
there,
Avenue,
right,
and
that
every
was what
niggas
it
be like, "Oh, I'm
was.
going on South Central tonight."
Oh shit.
And then I don't
Okay.
know, South Central just became this hood
This
LA
whole
thing.
thing, okay.
But yeah, I had to drop that
Yeah.
knowledge real quick because
Yeah.
I already do
Alright,
this
Yeah,
shit.
no,
All
talk
right,
your
talk
I do
shit.
this
your
shit.
People
Hey,
don't know.
man.
I do this
Yeah.
shit.
Hey man, let's give it up for my boy.
You
I
gotta
do this
put 'em
shit.
For being a
on
fucking
game.
It's not
walking
about me though. It's about
encyclopedia.
Compton. It's about Compton.
It's
Yeah,
about Compton, right?
There we go. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, back to you, Jay Snow.
Yeah, no, I
Since
love the
Hey,
historical
put
facts.
that clip together for me, man. I'm gonna
make
post
sure
that,
y'all
man.
fuck that.
LA
Hey,
content
listen,
so
now you want the
rich.
clips?
No, it is though. It
It's
is.
like, yeah, dog, whatever the fuck we was back talking
Yeah.
about.
Well, anyway, right. Okay. So, do you got any siblings?
Yeah, I'm the youngest of four. So I got
Oh, really?
I got 3 brothers and a sister. I mean 2 brothers and a sister. What the fuck am I saying?
Right. It's like you just
I'm
making up
tripping.
niggas. Like, yeah, I got an
Yeah.
imaginary friend too. Like, okay,
Right,
cool.
yeah. Not
Okay.
include myself and shit. Yeah, no, I got 2 older brothers and 1 sister. I'm the youngest.
And youngest. Okay. I always and my bro here is the youngest. I always am intrigued about the mindset of a younger brother because I'm the middle child.
Okay.
Okay. So I had my younger brother is 6 years younger than I am. So it's just
Wow.
like he came up with a different understanding of survival based off of what he saw
Right.
and how he knew he was protected or how he knew that
Right.
certain things didn't apply to him because of just the environment that he was in now. It always changes every time, you know what I'm saying? Like even with your parents, you experience your parents different than the oldest,
Right.
guaranteed.
Right.
So I always wonder, like, then how was that upbringing for you coming up in Compton, which is obviously a very gang infested community and environment, even though it's a very cultural based environment with a
Yeah.
lot of historical things, like, you know what I'm saying, T-Rex said. But like, how did you navigate through that while being the youngest?
It was a bit difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really get the privileges people speak of when they talk about the youngest or whatever, like how
Mm.
you get spoiled and shit, right? I did get some leeway with like in the house with my mom and shit, but on the streets it was like my brothers wasn't fucking around, especially my oldest brother, because he was the one. My oldest brother was the one who like was in and out of jail and shit. Like
Mhm.
he went through that life before anybody, right? And
Anybody, that's
so
usually like that.
he was definitely dead set on not letting that shit happen for me.
Mm.
And so it was always an era of like, okay, I know I know these is my friends and I can fuck with them over here. Don't go over there. Don't fuck
Mhm.
with them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, they beefing with these people, or these people just came over here and shot this street up the other day. I'm like, I'm just knowing all of this stuff. So you kind of just get a real sense of boundaries and what you can and can't do. And if you do cross a boundary, which as a kid you will,
Of course.
you know what I'm
You're going to
saying?
either along that
You
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 line.
gotta
you gotta
fight.
I'm about to say you got
You
You
to.
gotta
gotta
fight.
fight.
You get
Pretty
curious. The
much.
motherfuckers start getting into shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Early.
it was dog. Me and this nigga got into it so many times, bro. Like it was to a point where if I just saw his car, I knew it was a problem. I'm like, damn. Like he would stop his car in the middle of the street and just like fight me and my friends.
Your brother?
Yeah,
Well,
nigga.
that's
Like
good. At least he fighting y'all instead of niggas up the street that want
exactly,
to kill y'all
exactly.
or some shit just because y'all live on this block.
Exactly. So that's kind of the way the energy that it was. It was like, okay, like I know what I can and can't do, and I know if I do some shit I'm not supposed to, then
Mhm. Okay, so then being the youngest, then how did you find your creative influences? Like where?
you
Because
know
I
it's
know, like
funny.
I said, like with my brother, like he caught everything. Like you know what I'm saying. My older brother did
Yeah.
music. You know, I did sports. My sister did sports. We would fight, all types of shit. So he caught all of that. So that's where a lot of his influence came from. Like with you, did any of that like help mold you into a young man when you were growing up?
Not really,
Because
bro.
you didn't
Like
gangbang.
no, you know what? Like I was always into something. You
Why
know
you
what I'm
laughing?
That
saying?
was like a polite way to be like, nigga, are you from somewhere?
No, 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 no,
Right,
no. Listen,
right.
listen. This ain't about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
This ain't about that. He could be from
No, that
wherever the
was
fuck he want
funny.
to
That
be.
was just
He's from
funny.
Compton. Let's just say
Right.
that.
That
Put a
was
pin in
funny.
that. Go for it.
Nah, honestly I wasn't really into like anything artistic for a minute while I was growing up out there.
No, really.
And it would be different shit, bro. Like I was very destructive as a kid. Like I was when I did get time to just do my own shit, I was destructive, bro. Like I was going into abandoned houses. I was buying cap guns and BB guns and
Right.
paintball. Nigga, I
You ever
started a
burned down a garage?
paintball
You ever
gun.
burned a dumpster? Set a dumpster on fire?
No, but I blew shit up,
Yeah,
bro.
I set a
4th of
dumpster on
July.
fire and blowing
Yeah.
shit up. Yeah. I was in arson mode too as a
So
kid.
it was like it was that type of shit that I was doing as a kid. Like I didn't really get into like caring about
Street
writing
shit.
until I got tired of day jobs and shit. I was like much
Oh.
older because
Oh, okay.
back then I don't know. Like I was watching movies. If I had a video camera in my hand, I would record shit. Okay, so I can't say this. Like my brother had a lowrider, right, and he was in these car clubs, and so we would always go to Crenshaw
Okay.
or any of the other meetups they used to have back then, where it's just all lowriders. None of the stupid shit
Yo,
they got
tell me
now.
about that, cause I would see that shit like on like TV or like
Yeah,
It
you
like
know what
still
I'm
go
saying?
on.
Like that shit go on. It'd
yeah.
be like, what was that experience like?
It was great, bro. That's what made me love cars. Like I love cars to this day because it was every Sunday, bro. We would just
Mm,
you would I don't know, meet up with your crew and then y'all would decide where y'all was gonna go,
Yep.
hear who's gonna be where, go there, cops come, blow up the spot, go to
To
another
the next
spot,
go
spot.
to the
cops
next
come,
spot.
blow up the spot, go to
Fucking Fast
and
and
it's just that
Furious or
all night.
something?
Niggas
Not
hop
even
against
Fast and
each other.
Furious, but shit, like
The first time
Yeah.
I experienced that, I was in like 8th grade. I had went. They used to be in Watts on Central. Speaking of
Yeah.
Central,
on Central.
yep. That shit just blew my mind. I was like, damn, this is crazy.
This shit
We
Like,
just
this
crazy.
shit
out
looks
all
crazy.
night burning gas, nigga.
Really,
But
just
that I started recording that. Like my brother had a little like I don't know one of the Super 8 cameras and then a
mhm.
VHS camera. That's how old it
Yeah,
was, bro.
VHS. He's showing his age.
And I
Yeah.
yeah right. I'd be
You're
out
showing your
there,
age. VHS motherfuckers don't know what the fuck that
bro.
is.
So it's
Right.
this tape thing, right?
Right. It's this thing called a tape, right? It's like
right.
a big ass
It
cassette tape,
spun
right?
and
It's
shit. It
just
was a big box.
a
Nah, but I would record that shit, bro. I record cars hopping, doing
That's tight.
donuts, all of that.
That's tight.
And I guess that that was the first time I started to have a camera in my hand, and it kind of went from there to like
Mm.
trying to do sketches and
Oh
with my
shit.
friends and stuff, like really young stuff. But then I just stopped doing it because I was projected work, school, right, and that was all
Right.
I
Did you
really
play any
thought about.
sports coming up?
Nah, I wanted to, but I couldn't. I was a nigga playing football at lunch, or
Okay.
at home on the street with the homies and some shit, but
Okay.
never really at school.
You went to Compton High?
No, I didn't even get to go to Compton High,
Because
bro.
that shit
You
was
didn't?
right by you where you
It
said you
was
grew up.
right
Yeah,
by
that
me,
shit
So
was right
bro.
by you.
what high school you go to?
I went to Bellflower High.
Oh, okay, okay.
Bellflower.
Yeah,
Okay.
my mom was like, nah.
So
'Cause,
like, isn't like Bellflower, Paramount, Compton
nigga,
all
it's,
like
it's
around
30
each other?
minutes away, bro.
Yeah.
Hey man, you
That
know
shit
what I'm
right
saying?
there.
I've been out here a
Yeah.
while, so shout out to California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm geographically sound in
Nigga
this
funny.
bitch. I don't know everything, but I know where to be and not to be. So continue, King. Go for it.
Nah, knowing that is enough because some
Yeah.
niggas don't ever go that far in
Right.
LA.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
them
Bellflower
niggas don't never
cool.
come out
Yeah,
here.
man,
Cool
see,
city.
that's why we saying people don't be understanding the culture that's in this.
Look, I gotta tell you,
motherfucker.
talking to Mike, brother.
Oh,
Right.
talking to Mike,
Gotta tell
my
you.
bad, King, my bad. You know what I'm saying? You right, you got it. But yeah, no, niggas don't be knowing the culture around this. They don't
Right.
go far to south. They don't go south of 405.
That's
They don't know
crazy though.
shit.
Bellflower. I don't think I know nobody that
You
went to
don't know
Bellflower
nobody from
High.
Bell-
Yeah,
Bellflower.
nah.
I got a couple cousins that went to went to Gar.
Okay.
Yeah, that ain't
Yeah.
Gar,
that ain't
what
too
the fuck
far.
is
huh?
It's
that?
not too far.
It's in
the area.
Cerritos.
Oh, Cerritos.
Cerritos like the
Okay.
neighboring
Yeah, I
city
know
to
about Cerritos.
Bellflower.
I
They
know
would
about
play
Cerritos,
each
yeah.
other and shit.
Yeah,
They have some
yeah,
sports.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, word. Okay. So, then with the sports, with not doing sports and stuff like that, what was growing up for you? What would you say was your most traumatic experience in Compton?
I mean, there's I don't know. I guess how traumatic you trying to say, because there's plenty.
Right.
It's
It's shit that you get used to.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly
yeah,
the point,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like sometimes I'll be somewhere, I don't know, talking about some shit that happened in the past that I
Mhm.
experienced, and people, I don't even realize it's a big deal until I see people react.
Reaction.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm like,
yeah.
damn, oh yeah, that was kind of,
That was
not
kind of
normal.
crazy.
Right,
Shit,
right.
Like
got this
being
whole-
pulled over at gunpoint constantly, bro. Like
yeah,
that's
that's not-
happened
yeah.
more times than I can
You know
count
what?
on
That's
one
crazy.
hand.
I just even me.
Your
just
response.
now,
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah.
that-
No, nigga, that's
fucking
serious.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
Like,
not cool.
I had
I'm
a gun pointed at
surprised.
my head
That's
by
not
the
cool.
police at 10 years old, and now like,
Yeah.
we went back to playing basketball afterwards. When they left,
Dog.
it was like we went back to hooping.
Getting your house raided, seeing drive-bys, niggas get shot. Like, dog, I've seen it all when it comes to traumatic shit. I think one of the most traumatic things I did see, which was probably the most gory things I saw when I was young, was a nigga get hit by a train.
Damn.
I think you said that on stage or some shit. I don't know. I think and like he was like split in half or some shit like
Nah,
that.
he
Or
was
what?
split in a few pieces, bro.
Oh,
He was
that's
spread
Damn.
about the length
Wow.
of a block.
Bruh.
Damn. It's
Yeah.
What the
the
fuck?
train on
The train
Willowbrook?
on Willowbrook,
Yeah.
right there off of Laundry. He
Damn.
was like getting
Wow.
chased, I think, by some
Damn.
niggas.
He was
And
getting chased by some niggas.
I
That's
think he was a
fucked up.
cluckhead that was getting chased by some niggas he probably owed money to. And he didn't make it, bro. That train caught him.
Damn. This nigga laughing. That's
caught him.
crazy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not laughing. No,
This nigga sick.
I'm not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it
I
was
gotta
wild.
Stop it. Stop. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
I'm not
Yeah,
laughing
hit the
while he's
button.
laughing.
Hit the button, bro.
While you're laughing.
No, because y'all are saying it that like, and then just the explanation. Okay, all right. God bless, bro. You know what I'm saying? May he
Please.
rest in peace.
Sis.
Oh God.
Yeah.
See, this is just went left.
See,
Whereas you said
set
peace.
it up.
You said peace.
You wanted to say it. That's why you set it up.
This nigga crazy.
That's wild.
Hey, God, I was good for that. Okay, anyway, yeah. So fast forward. Compton was fun and traumatic at the same time.
very.
But it molded you to become the man that you are today, based off of just being outside. You know what I'm saying? So would you say that you was like an outside kid?
Yeah, definitely. I was always outside as long as I fucking could be. But
No, not really shelter. Your parents didn't shelter you or nothing?
no, I mean, this is something else I had to learn when I was getting older is what a latchkey kid meant. That's
What
what,
the
I
fuck
was.
is that?
you
Go
know, it's
ahead. What-
basically you lock the door, my mom goes to work, nigga. I'm being raised by Uncle Phil, type shit. So it's like,
Mm.
and my mom, let me be honest, she was around more than that. But like I spent a lot of time by myself. Or like
Was your
with
dad
my
in the picture?
sister. No, my dad died when I was young, like
Oh,
real
God
young.
bless. God bless.
And so yeah, it was either spending time in the crib with the fam or outside with the friends.
You had a
That
bunch of
was a
cousins
lot of
coming
it.
up?
Yeah, somewhat of a decent size, family. Like they spread out between Long Beach and Compton and other places, and
Mhm.
then other states and shit. So
Right.
yeah, I would see my cousins every now and then, but for the most part, it was just like the homies in Compton, like friends.
Okay. Okay. So then now I wanna get into something, a bit personal, in the sense where you have a specific condition.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
sure you've had it all your life.
right.
It is what specifically?
Sickle cell.
Sickle
That's
cell.
what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So for
I forgot you
you,
just told me about that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot
So
that.
for you as a kid, with sickle cell, how was that for you? Just being, you know what I'm saying, just
Existing.
dealing with
Yeah.
existing with that and dealing with that, because it's a lot of shit going on, there's a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, happening, but having sickle cell in the hood,
Yeah.
that's different. That's a different level of an experience. So can you kind of, you know what I'm saying,
I
talk
mean,
about that a
it
little
was
bit?
tough. There's no way around it. Like the shit was tough, especially when you're a kid, because that's when I think it's the most like active when you're a kid or in your like early teens or whatever. Like it's the most dangerous. Like it poses the biggest threat to you because a lot of
And
kids
what
in their
and what
teens.
exactly is sickle cell? What so for
So
the
it's
people
a
who don't
blood
know.
disorder that
Mhm.
mutates your red blood cells and makes your red blood cells like sickle shaped and sticky, right? So they
Hmm.
clog arteries. They don't carry as much oxygen. So what like not having the normal amount of oxygen in your body does a lot of shit. Like it makes you cold fast. It could deteriorate bones. It could put your fucking organs at risk. It could do a lot of different things, and the scale is tipped by anything. It could be stress or alcohol. It could be uh fucking overexerting yourself. It could be bad food. All the normal things that'll,
That's irregular for
change
everybody
anybody.
else.
But
Yeah.
it's just
A
like
little
a
more
little bit more
extreme. Yeah,
extreme,
Yeah.
you
got
know?
you.
And so as a kid, bro, I to this day I laugh at I don't know how I made it through my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mm.
was drinking, I was doing all the
All
same
type
shit
of
niggas
shit.
would
Right.
do
Yeah.
when
Nigga
you
shit.
fresh out of high school. You know
Nigga
what
Hmm.
I'm
just
saying?
living life. Like,
Living
fuck
his
Just
it.
life.
living life.
Yeah.
And so you pay the price for it. And what happens when you have a crisis is you experience severe pain in any particular part of your body. You know, like it could manifest anywhere. For some people, it manifests in the same spot, like their knees or their backs or hips or whatever. For me, it's like any fucking where. Just this last week, it was in my knee. Before that, it was in like my chest or whatever. So it doesn't really matter, but that as a kid it kind of takes a toll on you. I missed a lot of days in school. A lot of kids didn't really know why I was gone so much,
And then as a not to cut you off, then as a kid too, it's like kids is severe.
Oh,
And
kids are mean as fuck.
exactly,
Kids
you
are
ain't
mean
trying to
as fuck. So
tell
it's hard
tell
to
everybody
explain
that
that
shit.
to
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, and I didn't even fucking know much about it. Like my
Mhm.
my mom didn't really know much about it. Doctors couldn't tell you much about it when I was younger, so
Is it a hereditary
it's
thing
a
or is it
hereditary thing. It
like
it takes
what
so both parents have to have either the illness or the trait, and depending on that, like one or two of the kids that they have, if they say they have four, like one out of four may have sickle cell,
Mm.
Yeah.
but they make it like the full blown version of it as opposed to just having a trait, which is kind of like a half of it, and you may not experience any symptoms at all. You basically a normal person with a
Mm.
trait, you know what I'm saying? But a
Mhm.
lot of people don't know they have it.
Right.
So you get to fucking with somebody else who got a trait, you have a kid, can have sickle cell. So get
Right.
tested, motherfuckers.
Right. Yeah. Get tested for that for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, it did hinder a lot of things for you because I know that you recently talked about it, and we talked about
Right.
some certain things personally where just like you wanted to be a little bit more vocal and a little bit more vulnerable as far as expressing um uh what you go through that people just don't understand.
Right.
And I feel that with that, it has maybe like you said, hindered like relationships, friendships, you know what I'm saying, opportunities, different things like that. Like how has that been something that you've had to deal with from a child to a grown man?
I mean, it's just a learning process, bro. You trial and error this shit, just like everything else. You see what works, what doesn't. You take note of things that help, things that make shit worse. And with relationships, I don't know. It honestly, it just made my sword a bit more sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
I hate to be a person that's like quick to leave a situation, but it's fucking necessary.
right.
For survival. For like, it makes me a bit more selfish,
Mm,
and
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
you
Shit.
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like it requires me to meet people who understand that I have to be a certain way for survival and
Hmm.
not necessarily take it personal when I don't hit you right back or when I don't come to the function or if I don't drink and it's a party. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like shit, even in relationships, if I'm with somebody who turns up all the time, knowing that I'm not gonna be doing that shit all the time and being okay with it,
Hmm.
or understanding that there are times I'll go to the hospital, there are times that I'll be good, there are times where I just gotta be at the house and do nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it's tough to navigate, but like you do it, you have no choice. You see who
Right.
sticks around, who doesn't, who learns, who doesn't, and the real ones always, the cream rises to the top every time.
Does it make you feel lonely at times?
Yeah, of course. I think I think any condition will make anybody feel lonely because you're dealing with something that nobody can quite understand just by telling them, by you looking at you like
By them
there's
googling
no
some shit or
way,
whatever.
there's
Yeah.
no way that anybody will be able to understand it truly, right?
Mhm.
And so it's like I'm just in this world or I'm in this bottle, right? And I don't know what goes on in here is some shit that only I could experience. So it definitely makes you feel lonely sometimes. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I was.
Go
You
ahead,
got
go
something
ahead,
to
go
say?
ahead, go
No, I
ahead.
said I was always very intrigued about it too, and especially when we got to become cool and I got to meet you and certain things, and then just following your story over the years and just seeing like, man, this nigga's funny as fuck and all these things, and then it's like you would see you um uh letting people in on your life and showing that you're in the hospital, showing that
Yeah.
these experiences are
Yeah.
happening to you, and it's just like now I have a stepsister, God rest her soul. She had sickle cell, and she
Mhm.
died when I was like 16, and I always knew that that was a condition that she had, but I never understood. I never
Right.
knew
Right.
what sickle cell was. I never even paid attention to it and everything like that. But then even when she passed, it was just like it was like she died from a car accident. So it
Oh
wasn't
damn.
Oh shit.
that affected her, but I knew that that was a big thing. It was
Yeah.
always a big thing. Like Maisie got sickle cell, she got to go to the hospital, whatever. Like, it's like, man, like what's wrong with her? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
to hear your story, and to hear you talk about it is very enlightening, and I feel and I appreciate you even talking about it because um, a lot of people aren't informed about things that aren't actually personally affecting them. So
Right.
everybody go through they day to day. They think that certain things may feel like, or people may be like prima donnas. Like prime example, Chadwick Boseman.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
Before he passed, I remember there was one actor that was like, man, he was on set with him one day, and he saw him with like 15 people around him at all times, catering to his hand, foot, hand, to foot, hand, to foot. And he would just be like, yo, like, what the fuck is up with dude? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This nigga
Yeah.
is over here. Okay, you're the Black Panther. So fucking what? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
little do you know, this nigga's dying
Right.
in front of your eyes. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And when he eventually passed, God rest his soul, it was just like this aha, like, oh shit, no one knew. No one knew his story, his trauma, what he went through, how he felt, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
what he thought about, what he experienced. And that was another reason why I really wanted to have you on the show, to really be able to express what it is to go through something like that,
Yeah.
and to have to deal with it without people knowing the true ins and outs of it, you
Right.
know. And I wanted to look at it then too, as maybe that being something that was the catalyst of you having a very, very unique and artistic sense of humor and
Mhm.
creative mind.
That's basically what I was gonna ask. Like, how did
Go
you
for
tie
it.
that
Go
in
for
just
it.
from you going through what you go through, having sickle cell, and then how do you like come out of that to be the funny person that you are? Like, how do you just make that make sense?
I think I didn't really have a choice. I'm not, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm no fucking like prodigy or whatever, but like I can remember at a young age, like on the playground, bro, at recess, holding court. Niggas is on swings, sitting still. Like you know how hard it is to get a kid to sit
Sister.
still on a swing, nigga, and you just talking.
Hmm.
And so I have memories of doing shit like that in middle school. So it was like always a thing for me to be able to like tell stories or try to make somebody laugh through a story.
For
Hmm.
sure.
And I think the older I got and the more I experienced life, the more I went through things that are just like ridiculous or, with love, heartbreak,
Hmm.
relationships, friendships, all of that stuff. It just, I don't know, my lens on life is just so raw because of what I go through.
Hmm.
Because I've spent 4 days in the hospital by myself and I'm hearing the fucking heart monitor beep and I'm hearing codes being called out on the PA system of people dying or in cardiac arrest. And I'm just in that bitch watching
Yes, sir.
daytime TV. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like you get so much time to think and like you just, I don't know, you realize how fragile life is and it makes it hard for me to bullshit myself. And I think a lot of that rawness is funny and it translates to comedy really well to just
Yeah.
be able to tell the truth in that way and
Yeah.
I
people
mean,
respond to it.
going through some fucked up ass shit, it's always kind of funny to reflect back on it because you made it
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
So it's always a little
And the
funny. You
thing
got
is,
to make light of
as
it.
comics, we all know this. Like comics have the hardest lives in one way or another. Like
Yeah.
most traumatic shit is like we laugh at our pain.
You
Right,
have
We
right,
to.
we have
right.
to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a coping mechanism. It's therapy. You know what I'm saying? At certain points in time, and it gets to a certain point where it's like it's either you laugh at it or you're gonna cry yourself to death. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I feel like a lot of times I was at that fork in the road where it's like I gotta laugh at this shit or
Mm,
figure out a way to talk about it. Or you know what? It's just so fucked up that I'm looking for what's funny about this. Like
mm,
what is funny about this right now?
mm.
You know, because that's the only way I'm gonna smile in this moment. You
Do you feel
know?
like whether it's you yourself trying to kind of chastising yourself or other people's outlook of that know you feel like they try to be like, you trying to like laugh about it and no, you need to take it serious. Don't make a joke out of it. Like, you go do shit like
Yeah.
that. You feel like people try to do that to you a lot, or have you done that to yourself sometime or a lot?
I think I used to maybe before I stopped caring as much
Yeah,
about what
yeah.
people think. I was definitely concerned with what people would think. And I did get that from empathy, like certain people. And this is like one of those, you was talking about relationships. This is another way to know. It's like, do people let you be you 100%? I was
Facts.
with somebody who was like, you shouldn't be joking right now or about this. And I'm like, I'm a comedian. They're like, are you at work? And I'm like, that's not the
That's not
point.
the
Like,
point, right?
This
Yeah.
shit every day.
This
yeah,
every day.
it's
This shit
every
don't
day. It's
stop,
all
B.
day. I
You know what I'm
can't,
saying?
like I'm a writer. Like that's
Hmm.
how you write in real time. You
Right.
just, it comes to you.
Right.
And
Literally.
so
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be in a position where I'm like overthinking so much and I'm stopping it because that's how you stop the flow.
Mm.
The more you just let it come out when it wants to,
Right.
the more it'll keep coming.
A
Right.
nigga ain't clocking. Nigga ain't being like, all right, at 10 in the morning, I'm feeling creative. I'm gonna do this at 10. No,
Right.
that
And
shit just
then
like you said,
it's
just
4
Yeah,
hit
p.m.
you.
Then I'm shutting down. Like, nah,
Right,
fuck it. This
right,
shit
right.
don't stop. That's why I have a mantra. You know what I'm saying? TGNS. And if anybody that knows me knows that I tag this on everything. Some people be like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? But it's the grind never stops.
okay,
And I've the same way that like Nipsey came up with the marathon, that has always been my coping mechanism with everything that I've dealt with in life and
right,
everything that I'm trying to pursue, knowing that the grind never stops. As long as you're still alive, there is a reason for you to keep, you know what I'm saying, thriving and
right,
striving forward.
right,
And that's why it never stops. Because even if it's like, okay, cool, we have these, these unfortunate circumstances in our lives. We have these traumatic things that we grew up in or whatever. But you came from all of that. You're in this situation and you're still going. You know what I'm saying? You're still progressing. You're still being productive, and you're still creating. So it never stops. Even
no,
while you were currently just, you know what I'm saying, in a situation, you
yeah,
were still promoting, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
work. You were still figuring
right,
out things. And then you just did a show, you know what I'm saying, last Monday after just, you know what I'm saying,
dog.
coming back home.
Hell yeah. I didn't even know I was gonna be on that show, dog. That show was at 9. They put me on the flyer at 5.
Okay.
It was like, pull up.
Welcome to the
I'm
comedy.
like,
Yeah,
dog.
that's how comedy
Yeah,
works. We
you,
just
you
put
know
niggas.
what I just went through? Like, give me a
Right,
warning, nigga.
nigga.
Like,
And then you
damn.
gotta go out there and be funny.
Dog,
Like
yeah.
that's a very interesting. And you know what? I want to take this smoke break real quick, but when we come back, I wanna talk about, how you actually got into comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna take this smoke break and we're gonna be right back.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hell
So
yeah.
now we're here for the smoke break.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to know a funny story. I want to know outside of the nigga getting hit by a train in Compton
Okay.
or whatever. Tell me a funny story that you
That's not
recall.
funny.
Huh?
That's not funny. This nigga said outside of a nigga.
Hey,
Like
first
that
of
was
all,
like that was
nigga,
funny.
nigga,
That ain't funny.
I'm not
The only nigga
saying
laughing,
it was
bro.
a funny
This
story.
nigga crazy.
I'm not saying that was funny. But he's describing, I think it was a cluck that was running from some
That's
niggas and he got
funny.
hit into a
Nigga
billion
crazy.
pieces. That,
My bad,
God
my bad.
bless.
Go
Nigga,
ahead.
You said
Yeah.
that shit. That's your
Right.
fault.
No.
Okay, funny story, interesting story, wild story.
Right.
One of the three. Okay, give me a funny story, interesting, wild story that transpired for you while either growing up in Compton or when, let's say, you started doing just like sketches and comedy and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Damn.
remember before you even go. Because I remember a crazy concept that you came up with that I thought was hilarious. And I know you went viral because you were on YouTube like crazy at a point in time. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Still on it. But the what do you want to eat
Oh, word,
sketch?
yeah.
That was an amazing sketch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely look that up. The What do you want to eat? That's years ago. It's probably like 10 years ago now.
Yeah, it was a little over that.
a little over that. Okay, so what was something that helped you come up with a concept for a sketch or a wild story that you just recall in general in your life?
Yeah,
That like, man, ain't nobody gonna believe this shit. So I gotta either put it on camera or shit. I gotta tell somebody this shit.
that okay, that I turned into something.
Yeah.
Um, gosh. Okay, give me a second.
No, you cool. Shout out to everybody on live with us. Hanging in and hanging out.
So there was this video that, and this is, I think I made this video private for this reason. Right.
I'm
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna just start with the title, right? It was To Catch a Predator, Chubby Chasers edition.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
That's funny already.
That's funny already.
It was
Predator
bad.
Chubby Chasers? Okay,
Bro,
go for it.
so my homeboy would be fucking these big girls. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
He
there's
had
nothing wrong with that.
Had a big girl fetish. Hey,
He
ain't
had a
nothing
big
wrong.
girl
Shout out to all the
fetish.
big girls out
More
there.
cushion
you
for
know what
the
I'm saying?
pushing.
You
Big
know?
girls need love too. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice warm hug that come with them. Continue though.
So
Go for
I
it.
wrote this sketch where this nigga was gonna come home, right? And I would be in the kitchen with like a box of Krispy Kremes and, you know, come out old Chris Hansen style. Like,
Right,
so what
right.
you doing here?
Right.
Well, no, he came in with the groceries and the box of the donuts and shit like that with like a Krispy Kreme hat on. And then I'm in the kitchen like, oh, what do we got there?
Right.
Well, who are those for? You know, and he's just like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? We going back and forth, and I'm like trying to accuse this nigga of dating fat chicks, and he keeps denying it. But
So wait, he
No,
was
that's
supposed to-
comedy. That's
Everything
comedy.
So
in
he
his
had
bag.
all the
Yeah,
snacks and shit to
all
lure
the
her
shit
in.
ready to go. Yeah, he's about to have a good night. Nah, but that was a really dumb one. Oh, and God, this was another.
Man, you gotta
fucked up
release
one.
that. That's just fucking hilarious.
funny.
It was, bro. It's so old. It's like one of the real old school sketches that just so offensive. Like
Right.
another one I
Right
did.
now, yo, yeah, you'll get done for the fat
Dude,
shaming.
okay, so the
Yeah.
two most, I think, offensive sketches I did, and these are like my first sketches. Like the first one I did was Illegals. I literally, Illegals, bro. It's so terrible. Bro,
You
I
named it
literally,
Illegals?
I went to Home Depot, bro.
Oh my god.
And I like paid people. I gave them money. I was like, would you want to be in this video? Here's some money. And I got it on camera.
Look,
And
they didn't understand shit you
Shit he
said.
said,
They
they
seen
seen
that
the
money and said,
They
see,
saw the money, bro.
see.
They said,
They
see,
saw the
see,
money,
see,
yeah.
we moved cars, we moved furniture, see.
You could assume what that video was about. It was
Right.
bad, bro. I printed badges at my job that said immigration on it.
Bro,
It was
what
bad,
the
bro.
fuck?
It was bad. It was
Well,
bad.
this is all art. It's all art.
It's all
It was
art,
all-
right? Yeah,
Hey,
thank God.
You watch
before-
it, you gonna laugh. The shit is funny. I will say that. Like
I'm
they
sure.
offensive but funny. And then I think the third one was 1-800-SLAP a hoe.
Wait a minute.
That
That
was
might
funny.
be a lucrative line.
It was an
might be-
infomercial.
1-800-SLAP a hoe.
Some
I
hoes
do
and some,
spoof
and it's not
infomercials,
even
bro.
talking about women, just hoe ass niggas.
Yeah,
niggas need
pretty
to be
much.
slapped.
And
Right.
it was like I really had.
So you
people
would.
slapping
What was the
motherfuckers in
concept?
there.
Wait, what? You had people slapping? people?
No, I had these girls.
Okay.
All the girls were slapping people. They were like the people that you would hire essentially to come slap a motherfucker.
Okay,
They
so
would
it
just
would
pop
be
up at
like-
your door. You know?
like they getting served.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm from 1-800-SLAP a hoe. What? Slap. This is from Jermaine. Bye.
Right.
Type shit.
And so this one girl wanted to be like she wanted to be in it, and she was a big girl, and this was mean. This was mean for me to do. But like she did a scene where she slapped my homeboy on some stairs, but she was running down the stairs behind him. And so like all of the shit in the front was just jiggling. It was like boom, boom, boom. And she slapped him. And I was like, we even got sneak attack fat bitches. Or whatever. And like
Sneak attack fat bitches.
sneak attack fat bitches.
Nigga
But
attack
like
fat bitches is
I never
crazy.
told her I was gonna say that. It didn't come to me until I was editing the video. I was like, damn, this would be so funny. If we got this person, we got baby mamas, we got side chicks, we got all kind of people. We even got sneak attack fat bitches. And it was like, damn, that would be so funny. And so I did it and I put it in the video. And then, you know, when it came out, of course, she was like, why you ain't send me the link or whatever? And,
Right, like,
I sent it to
you
her.
go see it.
She sent it. She saw it. She didn't like it. She didn't like it at all. She was
Right.
mad. She was mad.
What do you think is the worst sketch that you think you've ever created?
Oh, man.
Worse than what? What do you mean like worse? Like
Like in just like
not funny or fucked up?
Or fucked up. Yeah,
fucked up.
Okay.
Shit, it sound like he just mentioned them.
Right, yeah, I
If
did.
it's so many words, I would love to hear it.
Okay, well then, no. Okay, then
There's
what is the
worse.
best?
There's
worse.
There's one
Look,
worse.
He said no. There's worse.
There's one worse. I used to have this series I did called Life Changes, where it was like a little 15, 30-second video of somebody saying that their life was changed by something like, I used to be an astronaut until I dove into a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit and broke my neck. Now, if I sneeze, I get an aneurysm. And then like it was a punchline at the end, and you sneeze and then pass out. And then this stupid song would come on. And it was just really goofy, bro. It was so goofy. Like I had one where this dude was like, I used to be a marine biologist until I stuck my dick in a dolphin's blowhole, and now I clean pools.
Press the button, bro.
Hey. Right. But I think the most fucked up one I did was the stalker one, bro. It was
Wait, what?
stupid.
You did a stalker
I
one?
did a stalker one. It was like I think it started with like the camera on this Facebook page of this girl, right?
Mhm.
And then it zooms out and I'm there right there with the glasses and shit. Like, yeah.
Just
I used to be a stalker until social media made me a better stalker. It was like
wow.
hashtag bitch, I know where you at.
That's crazy.
It was dumb, bro. Like
Okay.
I don't know where this is what my mind was on after growing up in Compton. It was not whimsical,
Yeah,
nice,
real
fun
dark,
sketches.
real dark humor.
Yeah, my humor
That's
was
my type of humor.
all
That's your
over the
type of-
place,
of course,
bro.
He's a fucking
That's my type of
crazy
humor.
man. Makes sense.
Yeah, bro. It was crazy. Like it would be real hard for me to make some shit like that now and post it in good conscience.
Right.
Because I know niggas would be
the
looking
cancel
at me
culture is
Cancel culture. Yeah, you're
heavy.
done. Cooked.
like,
Cooked. Yeah. So shout out to Compton for creating
yeah, I'm putting on for my city right now. I
yeah,
feel
putting
real
on
proud.
for the city because this nigga has some dark fucking thoughts.
Right. Bro, those was the old sketches, bro.
I just was looking at the interview with Damon Wayans on was it Shaq or the Breakfast Club? I know he did both. One of them anyway. He was kind of saying that they was asking would he be interested in doing stand up like anytime soon.
Damon Wayans, yeah. I saw
he's
that,
like he like
Man,
nah.
hell no.
He said cancel culture done ruined
Right.
everything, man.
Yeah.
He's like nah. He was like what I would want to do, people gonna want to cancel me. He's just like it's no point. Like
Yeah,
just,
Right.
some shit,
like
yeah.
nobody
People
want to
can't
really
take a
laugh no
joke.
more. Yeah, that shit is
nah,
trash.
Yeah, that is the
that shit
is
trash.
the-
Literally, our generation is like the last of really
we the last
experiencing
of
it.
it. We the last of it.
Like, we the
I literally
last.
said that.
For
We
him
the
to
last
even think of
dead
those
breed.
like I don't feel like no comedian or writer younger than what we are would think of what he's
Yeah.
trying to
some
do.
shit
Like
that. Honestly, that shit was funny. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. That is probably not up right
was-
now, but it's.
They-
It was
I
funny
mean, it's
then.
on my Patreon. If you want to see those sketches that I talked about, where they're like,
You gotta pay for
it's
this.
on my Patreon.
I'ma have to
It's
tap
like
in.
$3. You'll be
Right.
able to watch all 150 of them
I'ma
motherfucking
I'ma tap
old-ass
in.
sketches.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. He did.
I'ma
Hey,
tap in.
Yeah,
them boys
you
put
know
some
what?
work.
I did one that was also offensive about following
Go
me.
for it. Tell us.
It was called Please Follow. So please follow my Patreon. But like it was basically like in the arms of an angel. You know those commercials about like the hungry children or whatever.
Yeah.
And they all sad
Hey,
and
first
shit.
of all the them is usually like African kids. I don't appreciate.
I
that.
know, it was bad,
No,
bro.
I don't appreciate
It was
that shit.
bad.
Actually, I'm offended.
It was
I'm
no.
offended.
You can't be.
You'll be
You got
offended
the Home
if you
Depot
watched
shit going on. He didn't get offended. You can't get offended.
I just.
The- That's funny. That's funny.
He keeps talking about the legal. Hey, T-Reg is an
But he
asshole.
right, no.
He's a real asshole.
He held his composure the whole time. He probably was like, "Man, fuck
He was
this
like the
dude."
illegals.
Right.
T-Reg was over there like,
Right.
It's like,
Hey,
no,
he was talking about I
he's
kept
a
being
born
like,
citizen. What the fuck is wrong with you? Bro,
nah, you know
this
I'm good
guy's
for a
an
race
asshole.
joke. You know I'm good for a race
See,
joke.
Nah, man.
welcome to the Tuned In podcast.
That's
well, we
funny.
just endorse assholes here.
Hell yeah.
Jesus. Okay, so
That's
what,
funny.
what happened?
Oh no! So the most offensive part of that one was the flies, bro.
Oh, come
So I got fake flies from like Party City and put them on my face for that close-up shot. You know where the flies be on the eyes,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It was bad, but they were like this big, so they was like
Like
ridiculous.
That make it funnier
flies.
though.
like roaches on your
Yeah,
face.
exactly. Roaches with wings, bro. It was dumb. It was
Oh, my
dumb.
God.
bro.
All right.
Homie sick.
Well, we now know that Jay Snow was meant to be a
It
comedian,
was
regardless of what he went through in life.
Yeah.
Because Compton or not, this nigga's crazy. We're gonna get back to the regular show. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
All right, and we back from the smoke break, and we left off talking about how these traumatic experiences and these unfortunate circumstances due to health conditions have now brought you to being the creative mind and the hilarious genius that you are
I
at this point.
appreciate you. You're too kind, man.
Oh man,
Thank
of
you,
course. But I
man.
told you, man, this is a flower giving show, and this show is about, you know what I'm saying, you and all the things you've accomplished, and and acknowledging you for, your talent, and what it is that you have to offer to the world. So I want to ask, like, so how long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
8 years.
8 years.
This
Okay.
year makes 8 years. It
Nice. Hey,
feels
let's
like
make
it
some
would be
noise for that.
longer, but yeah.
8 years. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely an accomplishment. 8 years for sure. For sure. For sure. Okay. So before stand-up though, you were writing sketches and you were doing
Yeah,
YouTubes.
I definitely started YouTube first. I
Started
started
YouTube first.
YouTube in like 2012.
Mm.
So that was a long time ago. But I didn't get into stand up until I don't know, bro. Like, yeah, shit, like damn near 8 years ago.
Mhm.
That's when I actually like started doing it consistently. Like before that, I would do spots and open mics and shit, but I
Right.
would like have way like large gaps in between,
Mm.
so I wouldn't really count that time, but
Right. So with the sketches and stuff at first, what got you to be involved in that? Was it things that you saw, or was it anybody influence you to get involved in it, or did you have like a? Because YouTube, it started popping in like '08, '09, even like
yeah,
with like
Yeah,
yeah,
like
Soldier Boy when
comedians
he
and yeah,
started
yeah.
really doing the YouTube
yeah,
things. Like,
yeah.
were you a part of like a class?
No, I just started, bro. I started watching YouTube videos. I would watch sketches like the OG Unforgivable video,
Unforgivable.
or like
That's
Yeah,
Goofy
classic.
videos
Goofy.
with
Yeah. What was
uh
that one nigga that was doing a bunch of like Hot Damn I Rock or whatever?
yeah, Hot
Hot Damn.
Damn.
Yeah,
I
you know what I'm
watch
saying?
Dormtainment shit. I watch the
Yeah, the
Sean shit.
Dormtainment, some people like that. Yeah, the homie Tremo. Tremo was doing
Tremo stuff.
Super
Yeah,
Tremo
Super
stuff.
Hot Fire was
Super Hot
early.
definitely.
Fire.
I would
Yeah, shout
Was
out
watch.
to all of
early.
Yeah.
them. You know what I'm saying? A couple of them cats is out here.
And so
Um,
I would be watching them working this security job, bored as fuck. Like
he
I could
works
probably
security.
do
What the
this.
fuck is up
I
with
know.
like security? This is the problem I have in Los Angeles. This is the biggest problem I have in Los. They'll hire anybody to do security anywhere.
Nigga,
Your grandma,
they hire
a nigga in a
a
wheelchair.
100-year-old nigga.
Huh?
They
Yeah.
hire a 100-year-old nigga to do
Man, bro,
security.
I seen a nigga over me and my homie, shout out my nigga DP. We would always have this thing, right? We would always have this thing when we would walk into CVS and see this old ass nigga there at security and be like, nigga, what are you gonna do
You
if
ain't
I
stopping
steal?
Right.
nothing.
What
God.
if I decide to walk out this door with these big ass bag of fucking
Yeah.
whatever the fuck? What could you physically do?
Write it
Nothing.
down. That's all.
Yeah,
He's,
write it
that's
down.
all he there for.
He probably
Write it
literally
down.
answer and be like, I ain't gonna do nothing, young blood.
Nothing,
Like,
nigga.
I'm not
Exactly.
finna
And
do
that's how I
nothing.
No,
felt.
they didn't have. There's women that can protect and serve, but they get the
Bro.
most frail fucking women.
Bro.
Somebody's auntie that
That's how
has no
you
business
feel
standing for
working
8
security.
hours. Like, you were probably a kid.
Dog, working security, you feel like if anybody did come in here with some problems, I'ma let them. Like I'm not.
You
I'm
got
not
it.
fucking stopping. No, I'm
You
going
got it.
home.
Yeah.
I'm going home today,
You
bro.
got it, nigga. I'm getting paid $8 an hour.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of
like
here.
what the
I'm not
fuck?
stopping
And I
shit.
was at a corporate building. I was in like Irvine, so it wasn't really even no shit popping off over there anyway.
Mhm.
I was in a nice cushy place. I got to see the CEO of the company drive there in a Lamborghini or Ferrari every day. It pissed me off, but that's one of the reasons I was like, I need to get out of here, bro.
No, for sure. It was
I need to
motivation.
get
It
outta
was
here.
He
motivation.
said it pissed me off.
I'm like, he had all the cars I love, bro. Again, I'm a car dude, so I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm driving a Mustang there every day. You know what I'm
Mhm.
You was
saying?
close though.
Hey,
Mustang,
Mustang,
cool.
hey,
He was,
hey,
Hey,
he
I
was
like
up
my
there.
car till it started fucking my knee up because it was stick shift and it was a 405. It was
Oh,
like an
Jesus.
hour
Oof.
each way in the stick
Oof.
shift. It's
On the
crazy, bro.
405 on
Yeah,
the stick
yeah.
But I
shift,
love
crazy.
that car.
Yeah, shout out
But
to
this
that.
nigga had Ferraris, bro, Lambos, Aston Martins. Like
Oh my
every
God.
day it was just a different
What the
car.
fuck company was
What's
this?
this? Right.
It was
The
like
fuck?
a hard drive company. They made hard
Oh,
drives.
Oh, in
tech
Irvine,
shit.
yeah, it's tech.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
tech
Asians
shit.
with tech. Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm.
Okay, so you're doing security, not securing shit, just there
Right.
daydreaming
At
about
all.
different funny shit. Evidently, what
Watching
then
YouTube.
catapults you into? And how many subscribers do you have on YouTube?
Like 110,000
Let's make
now.
some noise for that.
Fire.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Because that's a
Fire.
real thing. You got the plaque, don't you?
I do.
You got the
I
plaque.
do.
Yeah, my boy got
Thank
the
you. Yeah.
100,000 subscriber plaque. You know what I'm saying? So I do know that is a major thing, and a very serious, you know what I'm saying, milestone. Like
Thank
niggas don't have 100,000 people giving a fuck about what they think or do.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's some serious shit to acknowledge. So you started with do you remember your very first sketch?
Yeah, it was. I think it was shit baby daddy say. And
Makes sense.
it got on World Star too.
Really?
Oh,
Yep.
that's a super big deal.
That's a
back
super
then.
big deal. Just making some
Hell
subtle
yeah.
noise for
Sure.
that.
It shit got on World Star. It was like on the front page for like I think half a day, and that made my
That's
world,
it.
bro.
And
I
you
was
had
like,
to pay for it?
no,
That's
this
what I'm
was
saying,
back
'cause
in the
that's
day
what-
where they would just find it.
Finding shit, right?
They would post what they thought was
Yeah.
funny or
Funny,
cool,
yeah.
If
whatever.
it's
Yeah.
popping on YouTube, they would just find it. And so that was the trend at the time was should baby mama say, should baby whatever say. And I knew enough baby daddies to pull together some videos, bro.
He said, I knew enough niggas.
I knew enough
that
niggas,
pull-out
bro.
game was terrible that they was just
Bro.
baby daddies.
And so that was the first. And that was the first to get some recognition too. So it was cool, bro.
That was cool. Do you remember how many views it got?
I think on my channel maybe like 40,000, but on World Star like it got up to like 130, I think.
And this is
Fire.
like in what, 2010?
This is not like 2011, 2012,
2011?
yeah.
That's when World Star was very prevalent.
Very
yeah.
prevalent. Yeah,
People
that's
check
what-
World Star like it was the news.
Every day.
Yeah.
Bro, what? That was
World
the go-to.
Star. Yeah, that was
Checking
it.
that
Shit,
shit
that
all
was the
day, every
nigga
day.
news right there. That's how you
Right.
knew who was popping, what was
Yeah.
cracking, what was going on. Yeah, for
Videos
sure.
would drop, all of that.
Yeah, all of that shit. Yeah. So okay. So then with the sketches and the YouTube and things like that, how then do you transition into screenwriting and writing on shows and different things like that, and ended up in writers' rooms and things?
That I gotta say my sketches.
Mm.
It just got the right it got the attention of the right people.
Because you were
And-
with All Def Digital at a point in time on working with them doing things as well, right?
Yeah, I was with All Def Digital for like 2 years. Before that, it was What the Funny, which is Marlon
Oh,
Wayans'
yeah.
company.
Yeah,
And
What the Funny,
then
mhm.
before that, it was like Forefront and the other little YouTube networks that was popping up. This was like very early time.
And so from that point, before even so the last job you had was a security job,
Yeah, the last job like that, yeah. For
and
real.
everything else started popping because of the YouTube and things of that sort.
The YouTube got me recognized by a writer of BET Awards, and then that kind of got me into the BET Awards, which got me into the whole idea of writing for TV in general.
So your
You know,
first writer's credit was the BET Awards.
It was.
Hey
it
man, let's
was-
make some noise
yeah.
for that, man.
Thank you.
That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's a young nigga's dream right there, right?
Yeah.
For
Fire.
the BET Awards.
Thank you.
That's fire.
It was dope. It was fun times, bro. It was a different time, but it was dope, bro. And then so like, from that it was BET Awards. I was the head writer for the Hip Hop Awards. I did
Yeah.
the Soul Train Awards.
Talk
I
your
was-
shit, man. Say what you
Yeah,
chest. Who
I was
else?
a- I was
Say
a-
who else you wrote for, man?
I was a host producer for Fear Factor
Damn.
with
Damn.
Ludacris. I even did one
Damn.
of the stunts, nigga.
Okay, okay, stop the credits. Now you gotta elaborate on
Right.
that. What the fuck? You ate a
Dog.
cockroach, nigga? Let me find out.
No.
They
I
had you
didn't
on
eat
there.
none of that crazy shit. They had it all
They had
there.
this nigga eating snails.
That nigga said a stunt, not the eating
Nah, I
bullshit.
did a stunt. Yeah, nah. They let some of the crew do this like the rehearsal before they shoot
Okay.
if you volunteer or whatever. And
Yeah,
I
this
was
nigga
like,
said,
I'm
"Hey,
gonna
listen,
volunteer
I'm-
for like.
Listen, life is short.
Dog,
Let's get it. This nigga
You know,
said, fuck
like,
it.
dog, you
I
see
have
that
no
flipping
fear.
cars? I've been wanting to flip a car on Fear Factor forever since I seen them do
Really?
it. I didn't
Oh,
get to
get the
do one.
fuck outta
I
here.
didn't get to do that, but they had somebody else flip a car that day. I got to be like, I got to hang under a helicopter, bro.
Wait,
So
what
I
the
gotta
fuck?
break it down for you. It was like so many parts to this stunt. It was basically we was at this lagoon, right? It was like a big ass lake. And so me and this other assistant was like on the sand, right? And so what was gonna happen is this helicopter's gonna fly over us behind us with a wire holding a couch, and then under the couch is gonna be a net. And the net's gonna be dragging on the sand. You gotta grab
Grab
onto
it.
the net, and then it's gonna take off over the lagoon and just circle that bitch. And you gotta climb up the net, get
Get
onto
in
the
that couch.
couch, and
Damn.
then dig into the couch and look for money. And like stick the money on your shit. Once you get all of it, you jump into the water, and that's when the time stopped.
Get
And-
the fuck out,
Yeah,
man.
bro,
That
it was
quick.
crazy. That shit was
quick.
fun.
Did
It
you
was
do
fun.
it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Can you swim?
No, not like that. Not in no big ass water. No, no. They have best. Trust me, if I drowned on Fear Factor, nigga, my mama taking care of. You know
Like, I'm about to say the
like,
family
yeah.
up.
Up,
Like,
all the way
yeah.
up.
That's a
what's
risk I'm willing to
that?
take.
Not really like that.
Bro.
Wait, what the
You
fuck?
know?
I'm not jumping in no
like the
fucking
family up. Nah.
What the fuck?
Bro,
no,
I had,
because you died on Fear Factor? Get the fuck out of here.
I had a vest on, and it was boats in the water. They had plenty of
I
divers.
got plenty
and
like
shit.
security or whatever.
You know,
yeah.
and
Oh, really?
I faked it. I was in there, you know, like, yeah, like the vest doing all the work. You know, I'm like,
Hey, I'm with you. I can't really
keeping
swim
my head
either.
above water, nigga. You know, no, it was fun, bro. Like
Wow.
that was a once in a lifetime opportunity. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
yeah,
hey,
let me
fuck
try
it.
it.
Jump
That's
in that
lit.
goddamn
My,
water.
my nigga done had a lit life.
Bro, lit life. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I be like, yo, like I seriously say, like, the grind never stops, because you can go from one growing up in an impoverished or traumatic, you know what I'm saying, environment, to then, you know, having these things about yourself that seems like it's a woe is me, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
understanding.
And,
But
and even the growing up in the poverty is lit until you had that moment.
until you had,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then it's just like you look at life from the glass half full, and you
yeah,
look at all the things that you've done, all the things you've experienced, all the things you've been a part of, you know what I'm saying? And it makes it seem like, yo, this shit's worth living, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that's you're a testament to that,
I
bro.
appreciate
Like, yeah,
that,
you're
bro.
a true testament of perseverance through negativity and through, you know, dark times, because you have these things that we can sit here and laugh about and talk about and joke about, but you also have these things that we can sit here and actually be informed and learn about.
Yeah,
But it also it just shows you how beautiful life is, and how there are gray areas in life, and it's not just all black and white. You know what I'm saying? And I really wanted to have you here, like I said, to get your perspective on that. You know what I'm saying? And to get your scope of it, because a lot of people tend to only look at the glass half empty based
yeah,
off of their circumstance, based off of their conditions and things like that. But when you look at things like that, like an opportunity like that, you can't even fucking swim. But
no,
it just so happened that because of the things that you went through and the domino effect that happened, you ended up being on Fear Factor, doing these things and having
yeah,
this experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where your mama could have been up, but she's not. But she
yeah.
still got you here. She got you here, so you was a little selfish. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
right, right.
You could have had your mama up, but she still got a job now.
Right.
But it's okay. It's
Hell
okay. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It was so
Tomato, tomato.
stupid,
You can
bro.
push and pull. You
Nigga
feel me?
stupid.
Dog.
So yeah, no, that's
It's
dope.
the drowning is one thing, but even the fact of being in cold water, bro, that's a trigger for my illness. Like
Exactly,
it's
nigga.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn, I didn't even think
I
about
was
that.
rolling the dice.
You really
I had
were?
a
That's
sweatsuit,
crazy.
like one of the wetsuits on though. So I was like, let's see.
But that's
hopefully-
once again just you going through that.
Yeah.
It make you be like, well, fuck it. I know
You
that's
know?
more of the like, fuck it, I'm
And
finna
I
do
would
it.
say then, like, honestly, you would probably be one of the most fearless niggas, you know what I'm saying,
Right, right.
walking. Like
Yeah.
you can't really
Oh,
fear
yeah,
in
no,
much.
You can't, bro. I would. I don't know if there was a way to measure that, nigga. I would bet that I would probably be a lot more fearless than a lot of peers, nigga. Because it's just the shit that I've had to get through.
Right.
Like we'd be here all day, bro. Like
Mhm.
there's. This is why it bothers me to tell people sometimes because it's like I don't want to ruin the mood. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I don't
right.
want to bring nobody down. I don't want motherfuckers to be like, "Oh, are you all right?" And
Right,
this, that, and this. I'm
yeah.
here. I'm still
Right,
here.
yeah.
It did happen, but like, so yeah, bro. It's a lot of strength.
Right.
It takes a lot of strength to get through some of these things, but I'm grateful, bro. I'm so grateful that like even in like moments like this where we do get to talk about it, it helps me like remember like, damn, I did do that. This did
Mhm.
happen or whatever. And so it's I don't know, it's dope to be able to recall shit like that. And I appreciate this. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about it.
For
Yeah,
sure.
no, this
Hell
is
yeah.
definitely the platform for that, man. I've always wanted to put myself a part of something that was bigger than just me, and because I know and the main reason why I even put this together, and you know what I'm saying, have these dope people here with me, is because I know that everybody has their experience.
Yeah.
Everybody has their perspective of life and what they've been through, and I know I've been through some shit.
Yeah.
So if I can overcome the things that I've been through, I know other people can as well and have. So I would love to hear about it. So it's just like every time we actually get to talking with real niggas, you always get enlightened or you get motivated or inspired. Like, damn,
Yeah.
that nigga had to go through this or this. The way that we just broke down what sickle cell was, some people would be like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you know, you're not the only, you know what I'm saying, person in entertainment. Prodigy had it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He talked about it. We were
Yeah.
just talking about that. I
Yep,
read it in his
yep.
book too. Like, he lived it, and he wrote a book called My Infamous Life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where he talked about this wild life that he lived
Yep.
and crazy shit that with him and Mobb Deep growing up in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Queens.
In Queens, you know what I'm saying? All these different things. So you look at that and it's just like, yo, how could somebody have this type of condition and travel the world and do all these things? And how could you have this type of condition and
Prevail.
have 100,000 plus followers, have wrote for BET, have wrote for the Soul Train Awards, have been working, you know what I'm saying? All these
Because
different people.
It's niggas that go through way less that give up on shit.
that give up on shit.
Mm,
And that's what the real motivation is behind your story, man. You're an
yeah.
inspiration to people just based off of knowing that certain things are possible if you keep going, regardless of the circumstance and the situation. So then my next thing then to you is I want to ask how then from being in these writer rooms did you transition into doing short films and directing your own projects?
I, that oh,
Oh shit.
somebody
Somebody,
missing.
Amber
somebody
alert.
missing. Well, we ain't gonna find them here. So
That nigga got that good service. I ain't even got it yet.
Oh damn, I just got mine. Yeah.
hey, fuck that, they try to fuck up the vibe.
I still didn't
Get
get it.
kidnapped.
Fuck.
Fuck. You
I
still,
don't know if that's good or bad.
See, right there, he the only nigga here that didn't get the Amber alert.
That's
Hey,
fucked
man,
up.
yeah,
That's like, hey,
nah.
yo, tell everybody but that nigga. He ain't gonna do nothing.
That's fucked.
He ain't
Yeah,
gonna help.
I ain't. But yeah, that's fucked up.
Hey, he said sit back a little bit. Yeah, he said he ain't gonna do nothing. Shit, ain't nobody. T. Reg ain't gonna tell nobody. He ain't no snitch. God bless. Anyway, so
That's
Damn, I really still
like,
ain't
nah,
got it.
he ain't gonna chase it.
he ain't gonna. That nigga ain't gonna track nobody down.
Taking his vibes from the security. Oh, there
There
we
you
go.
go.
Yeah.
There we
This
go.
nigga gets the-
CPT.
Right, yeah.
He the only nigga
You on
that
that
get
T-Mobile
Amber.
time.
CPT.
Yeah, Boost Mobile. What the fuck?
That's
Okay.
Verizon. My people supposed to be
Verizon. Oh,
around me.
shit,
My bad.
man. I got Verizon. They don't fuck with your account.
Yeah, but my
Anyway,
bad. My
so
bad.
you must owe some money. You must owe the bill. They're not fucking with you. He's like, oh,
I'm late every month.
Okay, so yeah, now writing short films. How did you get into that?
Just want to try storytelling in another way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
films, honestly, I think that was the first thing I wanted to do.
Oh,
And
really?
sketches just were practical, free, didn't take a lot of money. Plus I didn't know how to make fucking movies. But like
Right.
that was always the dream, is to make movies. Still is. And so short films is just another version of like something that's tangible. Like, okay, I may not be able to do this movie, this feature right now. Let me do this. Or let me
Mhm.
do this short.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I kind of just took a leap, bro. I wrote something, I felt good about it, and I started trying to get the pieces in place to get it made. And sure enough, man, you look up and boom, it's right there.
Right.
You know,
If you build it, they'll come.
man.
And I feel like you're a testament too of like actually getting shit done or putting an idea on paper, putting that paper with a plan and putting that plan to action. And I feel like a lot of people are very passive. A lot of people are very stagnant in their life where they don't take the initiative. They have great ideas.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of shit. Like I remember back in the day a female gave me this motivational this video, and it was just like the voice in the background started the start of the video started like this, like imagine if you will being on your deathbed, and you're there, and on your deathbed around you is millions and millions of dark eyes
Mm,
with empty faces. Dark eyes is empty faces, and they're all looking at you, and all of those empty faces and dark eyes are your ideas, your
mm,
ambitions, your thought processes or anything that you had innately in you, and now they will all die with you.
mm.
Nobody will ever hear about it. Nobody will ever see it. Nobody will ever even think about it because you never let it come out. And I
Yeah.
feel like with all of you just said you had 100+ sketches, you had all these different things. Like these are all of these ideas that I feel because of the scenarios that you've been in by being alone, being in dark spaces by yourself, you have to get this shit out
Yeah.
because you never know. You just never know in life.
Bro,
You
there's
know what I'm
no
saying?
bigger motivator than death, bro. Like, there's no bigger motivator. And this is why a lot of people, when they get sick or get into a car crash or have some life altering event and they snap out of it or make it, they
Yeah.
start, you know what, I'm gonna start
Yeah.
this business. I'm gonna do
Mhm.
this, I'm gonna do that. Cause you realize, like, what do I want to do? Cause this shit could really just end today, you know?
You know, that's crazy that you said that because I like did a very transparent moment. Like I almost drowned when I was 9,
Mm,
like real drown,
wow.
like really like almost got up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Damn.
it was a whole thing. Like my parents really like almost lost me for real, and I didn't take it seriously as a kid. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Until like later on as a grown man when I talk about it, like a traumatic scenario, and that's why even still to this day, like one of my biggest goals in life is to learn how to swim. to overcome that.
You don't know how to
Yeah.
at a
swim?
certain point. Not at all.
Damn, that's 3 niggas don't
Three
know how to
niggas
swim.
don't know how to swim, but
That's
shit,
wild.
at least he was gonna get some money for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At
That's
least he was
crazy.
going. I was
That's
gonna
You
get
gotta
out
do
of
it
here.
strategically. Then
Yeah.
you gotta wait. All right, can I get paid for this?
Yeah,
My
no,
bad though.
but
What you were
like,
saying?
it's crazy because subconsciously I became fearless
Mm-hmm.
after that. Like, it's not even that I became bad. I was way badder at that. Like, I would do anything. Like that was, and I remember this too because later on in life, as now in my 30s, I remember meeting somebody who knew me as a kid, and it was him, my mom, my siblings, or whatever. We was at my brother's concert or whatever. And he was there backstage with us, and he was like, "Yo, Tune, you know what's crazy? What I always remembered about you as a kid, like you were fearless. You didn't care if you was gonna get beat. You didn't care if you was gonna get in trouble. You didn't care if you was gonna get caught. You were and I was like, fearless. I was just with the shits. But I never thought about it. But then yeah, I just thought I was with the shits. You know what I'm saying? But like thinking about it years
Bullshit
later, stuff like
ass
that, it
nigga.
was like a lot of things that never hindered me was because it's like, yo, well, I only got one life. I only got you only got one opportunity, and like I have a lot of audacity, and I feel like you do too. I feel like a lot of people tend to have that audacity just based off of one life experiences and the people that they continue to gravitate themselves around. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I feel like with you put yourself in a position to continue to challenge yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, why not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What else do you got to fear? What else you got to lose? Type shit.
Yeah.
So I think that's very commendable. And even for you to be writing short films and stuff like that, or to be doing to come from doing sketches to then doing stand-up and writing short films and acting and all these different things that, it's that I don't give no fuck because what else I'm gonna do mindset.
And then
You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
like just being a human being, just literally anybody, a human being, like
Right.
for him in particular, he doing the sketches. He got over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Obviously, it's like you're not gonna want to just keep doing sketches. Now you want to be like, what's the
Right.
next level? Like
Mhm.
what
What's next?
what else can I tap into in this field to just make myself better and show people that I can do more?
Right.
And that just goes with anything. Like
Yeah.
it all comes out of fear from you just doing that first sketch and seeing that success. But then us as people, creators, whatever, like we never satisfied.
Yeah.
You gotta hit
Yeah.
that next plateau.
Yeah, no, and that's true. And you know what I'm saying? Birds of a feather definitely, you know what I'm saying,
You know
flock
what?
together.
To that point, like not being satisfied, I was thinking about this earlier today, and it was like I don't know how to feel about it because I feel like growing up in Compton and dealing with all of the shit you deal with in the hood or just in general in life,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you get to a point where you start to just push shit down, especially as a man, right?
Mhm.
Like men just
As a man?
we
As a man.
right as a man we
Mhm.
naturally just push it down, like and push through
Push through, right.
situations, right? Remove emotion or whatever. And I feel like I've been doing that for so long, and I've done it so many times that it affects when I should be emotional. You know, like when I should be super happy about something, like even saying, like, oh yeah, I worked on Fear Factor and shit. Like I'm just saying it casually when I should be like, oh, dog,
Nah,
I worked
bro,
on Fear
that's
Factor.
that's
right,
a
I
real
did this,
thing.
right,
That's a
yeah,
real
yeah.
thing. That's
And
a
so
real
it'd
thing.
be, dog. I know people say comparison is a thief of joy, but
Yeah,
like
that's a real thing.
really just like trying to suppress negative emotions and shit can be too.
Bro, I go through the
know?
same thing, bro.
Yeah.
For sure. I
Because
go
it's
through the
like,
same
damn,
thing.
I should be happy about this, but why am I not? Why is it just like whatever? You know
Bro,
what I'm
I
saying?
done been around my pops and he done bragged on me. I'll be like with him and he's bragging on me to somebody he know.
Yeah.
And I'll be in my head like, nigga, this is cringe. Like,
This is-
shut up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll
Niggas
reflect
a
back on
big
it like,
deal.
no, I feel him. Like Pops is right. Like
Yeah.
I get his happiness and I should really feel that same way. But it's
Right.
hard to do that.
It
Right.
really is.
No,
It's
I
hard.
get that. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you don't give yourself the grace and acknowledgement. And that's why, nigga, that's why you're here. That's
It
why
helps, bro.
I definitely want to give you the grace, give you the acknowledgement,
For
give
sure.
you the big ups that you deserve, you know what I'm saying, and really give you your flowers. Before we even, wrap things up or whatever, I did wanted to specifically talk about a short film that you just came out with
Yeah.
called I Can't Hoop.
Right.
And it's actually it's dope as fuck. How can you hoop?
No, I did. You saw it in the film. That was me hooping.
Yo, watch the film. Like, you gonna see.
Where can you watch it at?
Right.
It's Patreon.
On the Patreon,
Yeah, on
okay.
Patreon. You can watch it on his page. He has a link on his page in his bio. But where did that concept come from?
It came from somewhat true events, bro. Like I was at my homeboy's son's birthday party with my girl at the time, and I was just making a joke because I had known she was like dumb athletic at the time. Like she she was always talking about it. This was
Mm.
like in the early stages of us getting to date each other and
Mhm.
stuff. So I'm learning and whatever. And she kept bringing up the sports thing, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I'm ever tell her, that I don't hoop.
Nigga said, I don't do it.
Right, I just don't do it. And
It's one thing to
so,
not do it and nothing to be ass, bro.
dog, and
Like,
so
man,
I
go
was,
watch it, please.
yeah,
Go watch, please go watch I Can't Hoop
yeah,
because
it's funny, it's
it's funny.
goofy. I was
It's
like,
funny.
let me just put that on paper and see
Right.
what it looked like.
I guess that was a very vulnerable moment for you because
It
you were
was.
showing that it was so interesting to watch that it looked like talent.
That's
Like,
funny. Yeah, it's like, oh,
to
this
be
nigga's got to be acting. It's got to be acting.
It was,
That's how bad I wanted it to be.
it was worth
You
the
know
$5.
what?
Hey, it's only $5, y'all. It was worth it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's worth
Thank
it.
you.
I'ma
It's
tap in. I'ma
definitely
tap
worth
in.
it.
Thank
It's
you.
definitely worth it because you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
I'ma
yo,
tap in.
what the fuck?
Hell yeah.
And it's great. No, mind you, too, it's great quality.
Yeah,
Like that
thank
shit,
you.
like a real fucking movie.
I'ma
Like,
tap in.
yeah,
man.
hey, shout out to my boy. You put some good, you know what I'm saying, some good people in there. You edited too. You wrote it.
Yeah, I
edited?
edited it. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
fire,
wrote it,
bro.
edited,
But
shit.
you
Wrote it,
edited
edited,
on
directed, executive producer. I watched all the credits. He
Premiere
did
Pro?
everything.
Premiere for sure.
Yeah, he did everything. Yeah. Shout out to the 1050. He know about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes
Doing
you gotta
everything.
do it. That hyper independence, bro. It's like,
Yeah,
fuck it, I'll
yeah,
just do it.
yeah.
Right.
You
Right,
know?
It's gonna get a nigga somewhere. That's fire though.
Yeah. Okay. So
What's it called again?
I Can't Hoop.
I Can Hoop.
Yeah,
I
I
Can Hoop.
Literally,
Hoop.
I Can't Hoop. It's out right now. It's on his Patreon, and it's really dope. Man, Snow, this has been a very enlightening, inspiring,
Great
and
convo. Great convo.
conversation. Great
Thank you.
conversation. And because you're one of the first to come back on the show, you will be the
The
first
first.
to receive their flowers from me physically.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so I have something here for you.
Nigga had to
That's
is-
funny.
Bruh,
Natural,
that was
bruh.
hilarious.
crazy.
Naturally,
That
bro,
was
yeah.
Giving a nigga
Yeah,
some
yeah,
flowers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's okay,
this
I'm
nigga
okay.
digging my flower up
Yeah,
off the ground.
I'm literally, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
That was classic.
Yeah, I was like, bruh.
This is the
That's
first
hilarious.
ever flower given here on the Tuned In.
Is this your first time
podcast
giving flowers to a man, period?
in life?
Bruh.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Bruh.
unfortunately, I done put flowers on the, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
right.
not
You know
gonna
what I'm
count
saying?
that. We're not
But
gonna count
we
that.
gonna
We
keep
count
it-
that,
we
but
gonna
we're
keep
not
the
gonna
energy
count
up.
that.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say that. So, but I'm okay. Cool. I understand that, oh my
Oh,
God.
go ahead. I'm not gonna do nothing.
This nigga. You know what? I'm looking for a new co-host, yo. I'm looking for a new fucking co-host because I'm tired of this nigga. I'm tired of him. I really don't like this nigga. I really don't. But fuck you. I know what I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Go
what
ahead,
I'm
man.
doing
Go
here,
ahead,
you know what I'm
brother. Go
saying?
ahead.
So,
Go ahead,
my
brother.
brother, I literally wanted to give you this gold flower. It's
Hell
plastic,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But it's
Nah,
gonna last.
This is fly. Look at this.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just as a memorial for your hard work and the acknowledgement that comes from, you know what I'm saying, everything that you've done. You know what I'm saying? And persevering through everything. You know what I'm saying? Because
Thank you.
real shit, niggas don't get their flowers until they dead. You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying?
bro.
Just to show
Or
you the
to-
good brothers on this show, we appreciate your talents,
we
man.
appreciate your talent. We appreciate, you know what I'm saying,
Appreciate
everything that
y'all.
you do for, other individuals like yourself who are coming up or who have, you know what I'm saying, the scenarios or conditions that, you know what I'm saying, you've also endured. So yeah, man, like that's the first flower I've ever given to man.
Hey, man,
But,
thank you, dog.
you are well deserved, so shake my hand, King. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate
bro.
you for sure for being
Hell
vulnerable, telling
yeah.
your
Yup,
story,
yup.
and really just sitting down and talking some real shit with us. So that flower's for you, and you definitely deserve it, King, for sure. So you know what I'm saying? I
Thank
wanna
you,
make some
dog.
noise for you for that, for sure. Real shit, So yeah, man, that has been this edition of the Tuned In podcast. I want you to let people know where they can follow you at, where they can find your latest project, I Can't Hoop, and just anything you got coming up.
Follow me everywhere at J Snow Pro. Just the letter J, SNOWPRO. And I Can't Hoop is available on Patreon right now. Just patreon.com/J Snow Pro. And yeah, I mean, I'm doing shows in LA. I'm actually working on another series right now. I want to launch a new channel soon.
Nice.
It's called Jay Snow's Journal. This will be actually something that will be very vulnerable. And it's meant to be that. It's meant to just be a place. Like, I want this page to be something that feels like a breath of fresh air for people, where it's just like content where you could come to, I don't know, be still and fucking reflect or go introspective, or like it's gonna be stuff like that. So Hopefully people fuck with it, and it'll be funny every now and then.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, just stay tuned for shows. Follow my Instagram, links in the bios, all of that. You know,
Compton.
yeah.
Compton in the motherfucking building. Mr. LA, the walking encyclopedia of California. Talk to him.
California's crazy. We gonna just give me LA.
Legitimately.
California too
Right,
big. It's
there
too
we
big of
go.
a state.
Right.
LA County.
LA
But
County,
nah, man,
right.
T-Reg, once again, T.reg on Instagram, T.reg, TDOTREG on Twitter or X. Yeah, that's it, man. You know, fuck with me. Producing all day. Hit me for your production needs. Your
Well, you got beats?
yeah, I'll produce.
Yeah.
I need beats.
Let's do
I
it.
need beats for videos.
No, I'm dead serious.
Dead
Let's do it.
serious. No, yeah, for
let's do
sure.
it.
I love always when he
Connecting.
says that in the link, and it's like I always love when niggas like, oh yeah, I need beats or something.
We
like, yeah, my
we
brother
we
made
gonna
music, all
exchange
types of
info
shit. I love
after
it.
all that for sure.
Hell
And I'm gonna
yeah.
promote my I didn't do it last time. My detail business, Later
Yes,
Alligator
please.
Detail.
Yeah.
Later Alligator Detail. Oh, my camera right here. Later Alligator Detail. Follow that. Everything's spelled regular. Later Alligator Detail. We gonna get your car right inside and out. So
There
yeah,
we go.
that's me
Hey
all
man,
day.
listen, this is black man here, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, with businesses and shit
Yeah,
going
hustler.
on. You feel me?
Yeah, trying to get
We
to
got
it.
Compton in LA in this motherfucker.
Yes,
You
but
feel
it's not
me?
about us, man. Chicago.
Hey,
Go
listen,
ahead,
it's
brother.
not about
Right.
me, man. It's about y'all, okay? It's not about me. They see me all the time. But y'all already know it's Tune Day here. You can follow me on all of my social media platforms at TunGotJokes. That's TUNGOTJOKES, and that's on everything. And yeah, man, if you think our show was dope, if you think our show was dumb, we don't get no fuck. We did it the Tuned In way. So that has been this edition of the Tuned In podcast. Catch us next time. And just like that, we out. Let's make
Yes,
some
sir.
noise for the Tuned In podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catch y'all next time. Yeah.